all your gear. So the only thing, obviously everything that's on you. So if you're on a bike or a buggy, everything in your bag, the bike, the buggy, whatever you're in, all the gear that you're wearing, everything is lost if the worm eats you. But that should be an incredibly rare experience. So you resurrect. You're not perma-dead. So you do resurrect, but you resurrect naked, basically. And then you have to then somehow make it back to your base. And you can obviously get your gear and everything back that way. But yeah, getting out by the worm is all kinds of bad. But it should be incredibly rare. And once you're flying and you've got an ornithopter, it should be almost a relatively non-occurrent thing to get eaten by the worm. Because you can fly, right? All I'm doing now is I have one more bit of the map to reveal. So this bit here is the last bit, and then I've revealed the entire map. And I'm actually in the process of trying to build an ornithopter right now. So I'm actually out hunting for aluminium bars. But there's also a couple of materials. I don't know where to get them right now, which is the diamondine dust and stuff. So this is like a scavenger camp. There's normally a couple of people, or one or two people in these camps. They normally have a few mini resources in them. Nothing crazy. So like this one's got some gold, and it's got some aluminium. Right, that is not. That is not. Actually, we should be able to drive for a bit. That'll be quicker. And the only thing, like you can see, I can spawn a bike. So I can spawn a bike and the scout ornithopter. Every other vehicle, like the buggy, the assault ornithopter, the transport ornithopter, you cannot store those. So that's also something you've got to consider. You have to pay taxes on any base that you have, and you can have, I think, 3 bases, maybe, I think it is. But you have to pay taxes on those. The taxes are pretty minor, to be honest. I haven't found them to be much of a challenge if you're doing your contracts and stuff. You won't have any problem with the taxes. Oh, not good, not good. Go away. Oh, you asshole. You grenaded me. Fortunately, there is a self-revive. But I'm well under-geared for this area. I'm here just for the exploration bit. So... I can't believe he grenaded me like that. That was rude. The biggest thing is water. Like, you can see that everything's to do with water, your survival wise, and the water's really hard. The other thing is your base must be fueled, so it must have power to maintain it shielded. If it's not shielded, then it can become destroyed by sandstorms and stuff. There are sandstorms in the game, which if you get caught out in a sandstorm, it will kill you. The only way to avoid a sandstorm is to grab shelter. So if I can get the sniper, I've invested a lot into range weapons, but I have to say I think melee combat is actually stronger. Go get their blood. And the way you get water at the moment, the way I get it is I take people's blood, I then take it back to my base, and then I refine it And my blood extractor's about to break. No. And I refined the blood into water, and that's how I survive. But the base building is like enormous. Like, I mean, it's crazy. And the thing you can do is, I mean, you look here, that over there, that's somebody's base. That's is that someone's base? That might be someone's base. The other thing is that the player bases are made using the same assets that the NPC bases are made of. So everything fits in the world. Like, you don't have these weird player bases or weird NPC bases that don't fit. If you're out in the sun too long, you will get cooked, and you'll watch your dehydration level go through the roof. Like, you can see, I'm getting cooked right now. When that goes red, we're in trouble, which is why I'm coming around this side of the rock face, which is in the shade. And I'm currently not quite in the zone I need to be in. I need to be in this zone. So that's a player base like that. Look at that. That is wicked. That is an entire player base. You can see there's one of his ornithopters in these little pods. But that is his entire base. Right, let's make sure I don't cook. Right, and then I've got to jump off here. And I'm looking to get to at least this one. I'm still cooking. Not good, not good. Right. Proper... Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to try and get up on top of one of these mountain rock things over here. So we're going to fly across here. I need to be careful, because if my belt breaks, because I'm wearing a special piece of gear that stops me dying when I jump off like that. But if it breaks in mid-air, I will die. Where the hell are we now? I've never been here at all, so this is completely new. But I can't make it. I know I can't make it. I can see it. Let's come back down here a second. Huh. How do I get up there? Right, the sun's coming round, so... Huh. This is going to be tricky. Is there a little bit of shade here? No, come on, that's shade, surely. That's got to be. No, you're kidding me, man. Come on, I'm in the shade. I'm gonna cook. Okay, let's try and get up quick and see if we can find shade at the top. There's some. So yeah, you lose water really quickly, which is why I always carry a bunch of Lita Johns. Plus, I'm wearing battle armor right now. The other thing that you can switch out, I can switch out armor for fighting and change into a still suit, and a still suit will allow me to not be as affected by the sun as much, and I can recoup some of the water I lose. Right, so let's scan this area. And this will be the last area on the map we haven't scanned. Cool. Alright, let's go in here. They're not cooking. There we go. Yeah, we need aluminium gear at least to be operating in this area. Right. Now then. Insulated fabric. There's a trading post. Where's the other trading post? Is that a trading post? Yeah, so I can get to here. Because if I can get to the trading post, then I can fly home, which is what I want to do. Right. We are cooking. So I've got water bottle. And let's put my cut array on. My bag is full. So let's... Did I mark it? Yes, I did. So the map is actually really well done and really well laid out as well. There's basalt here. Here we go. Right, let's get the buggy out. The one thing I do like is that if you're on a vehicle, you don't cook. Which is actually quite nice because it means it actually gives reason for vehicles. The other thing is they do is there's no way to increase your personal backpack inventory size because again they want you to use vehicles to move materials around and move stuff around, which I think is quite nice. The vehicles feel pretty nice in terms of handling as well. Like I've got certainly no complaints there. Yeah, they feel pretty good. They're a bit floaty, bit slidey, but kind of works. But you do have to think about durability and fuel. Everything's got durability. So your gear, your weapons, vehicles, everything has got durability. Ah! The other thing being on a vehicle is you have no shields on. So you can't just drive through people like that and expect to come away unscathed. Huh. I was expecting to have to go down, not up. Okay. Right, well I guess we're up for a climb then, are we? How is my belt looking? Okay, my belt's nearly done for. That sucks too. Grappling floor it is. Good thing I'm nearly home, because most of my equipment is looking pretty tired. There we go, so we don't cook. Alright, running out of stamina. This isn't one of my streaming days, Katie. It's not. It is an unscheduled. And it is because, as you know, I'm not going to be here for the last Epoch new season. And that's because I'm going to be away on vacation. But I'm also having to go to work for 2 weeks before that as well. So I will not be able to be online pretty much all of August. So I need to make the most of what I can in July. To give me content, and then I'll be turning that content, both what I stream and then offline recorded content as well, will be obviously running on the YouTube channel while I'm away. So yeah, just one of those kind of unfortunate things where a vacation coincides, like, you know, back to back with a work trip. So yeah, that kind of rough, but it is what it is. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's a trade post. Finally, we'll be able to get home. Okay. Here we are. Yes! We're here! Ugh. Holy potatoes. That was rough going. But we did what we wanted to do. Right, now I need to find the chopper pilot to fly me home. Any contracts to take? Yes, there is. Deliver items. What am I delivering? Oh, deliver a Cutter A Mark 6. Yeah, that's not going to happen for a long time. Where's the chopper pilot? There you are.
Can I fly you somewhere today?
You certainly can.
The basin is a pretty big...
And
I never miss... Let's move.
Go! Well, we can make some aluminium ingots. So we're working on our way towards our ornithopter. I just need to find out where to get this diamondine dust. Right, but we need to get home and we need to start repairing gear and stuff like that. So let's get back to our base. Look left and right before we cross the sand. I don't see the worm, so let's go. I hear him, but I don't see him. Now I think we're looking alright. But we have built ourselves a helipad now, Katie, so we're ready to build our flying machine. As you can see up there, we've got our helipad. I actually need to put some pillars out, but I wasn't gonna, yeah, I could put some pillars out now just to tidy that up. Beep. I do eventually, I could think about extending the base. It just looks weird with the overhang without any pillars. So, I think I've got some granite left. Pillar bottom, pillar top. So give me one. How many are there? So then there, if we skip two, and then one in the middle. That looks okay. There we go. Cool. That looks a bit less like it's just gonna fall over. Looks like a fun game. It's a great game, honestly. Even if you just play the survival sandbox bit, even if you never leave this map, but you go around and you do all the points, you get all the lore stuff and all of that. This game's like 100+ hours, right? just doing this stuff and the building and the researching. Like, I mean, you research stuff, you craft stuff. Like, there's tons of crafting. Skills. There's 5 classes. There's the trooper class, the mentat class, the planetologist, the Bene Gesserit, which is a bit like a magic-y class, and then there's the swordmaster. But the way it works is you just pick a class to start. Once you've started, you go and find the trainers for the other classes. You do quests. You unlock that class. So I started as a mentat, but I've unlocked the planetologist and the trooper. And you can put skill points in that, and you can respec once every 2 days for free. You've been helping PoE2 streamers lately with setting up their streams. Playing it yourself while doing PoE1, Diablo, some WoW. This is a good game. I still want to do PoE2 and stuff, but there's no doubt this is a good game. I'm very much enjoying this game. Right, I need to make a blood extractor Mark II because mine's so damaged. So what happens is when you repair, I can repair my equipment, but it will take unrepairable damage to the point where you can only repair equipment so many times before you've got to build a new one. So we're going to need to build a new blood extractor. Like so. And right, I need to empty the blood into my refinery to get my water. Deposit the blood. Right. I think aluminium takes a ton of water though. That's the problem. We're full on our inventory. Yeah, how much does aluminium take? Aluminium takes 200 water per thing. Ooh, that's a lot. So we're not going to build any aluminium yet. I'm just going to store it. And we're going to go out on a blood hunt because we need some serious amounts of blood. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So what else was... Oh, my belt was dying, right? So I need a new belt. So we could build the planar belt, which is the next tier. 16 steel. So that would use most of our steel, but that should be fine, actually. And everything else we've got tons of. Okay, so let's take that. And that. There we go. Let's replace that one. Let's replace that one. And then we can go recycle it on our recycling machine. So you can see here, like, this blood sack has not got long before I can't repair it anymore. But here's my buggy. So down here, here's a buggy. So you can actually have like 4 people in it, and you can have somebody in the turret. That's a mining laser. So they can go around and mine. This base is very like small and compact because it's not my final base location. So you've got power here. You can come around this way, and out here is my other power, which is these are better power than what I've got inside. And then this is the helipad that I've just built ready for my ornithopter. So you can actually fly in through the penta shields, whether you come down from the top or from the sides. But yeah, I want to play I want to finish my Void Knight in Last Epoch, and I want to play more through PoE2. Though I'm kind of hoping that after August there's going to be a new update, because I mean they said it was going to be every 3 to 4 months, so it was going to be a significant update, right? Even I don't need a new class or anything like that, but just an overall update. Right, so we need to get blood. We need to get a lot of blood. The best places to get blood are testing stations. This is a pretty easy one, and it's fairly close by. So let's go and do that, I think. Yeah. Right, let's fill this up. Let's fill up my water bottles. Like so. That took a lot of water. Water's our biggest problem right now. Now we're starting to get stuff. My biggest issue is getting water. So, yeah, we'll go and do that, and then over here, we really need to go into the Hagar Rift and start clearing out this stuff, doing the contracts we've got there as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But we can't make aluminium ingots without water. Let's make sure we got fuel for the buggy. So we need to make sure we've got plenty of water so that we can... Oh, look at you. We can... Yeah, plenty of water so that we can make the aluminium ingots, that we can make the ornithopter and the better gear that we need to operate in the better areas. Right, that's 100%. Let's add fuel. Nice. We can add fuel to our wind generators out here. Deposit, so that's full. So you can power for 20 days, right? You can power for 20 days. So that's got 20 days, or 20 days, 19 hours. That's 20 days. That's 20 days. Which is pretty good. Like, and if you're smart, you could just build up your resources in a storage, and then you could log on for like a minute, refuel, and you're good to go for another 21 days. And the resources so far for this power, from where I am in the game, is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right. Okay, we are good, ready for combat. We've got plenty of bandages to see us through where we're going. Yeah, we're just going somewhere with lots of bodies. That we can, lots of people that we can kill, get the blood, and get out. Most of the rest of it is just a bonus. And testing stations are the best place for getting bodies. We will have to repair our treads soon on my bike. We should have built a Mark III bike, really, but that's what it is. Uphill's always the worst when it comes to dealing with the old worm. Avoid the spaceship, otherwise you will get taken down by the Sardaukar. Spaceship is going to pass us by, so we're going to avoid the spaceship. How would you say you're helping PoE 2 streamers there, Sacrifice? How many people are streaming it at the moment? So I know PoE 1's obviously become pretty popular with their thing. Is PoE 2? I mean, the player count on Steam look pretty low at the moment. Is there still a lot of people streaming it outside the usual folks?